Welcome to Los Lunas Parent Academy, hosted by the Los Lunas Educational Team. In this session, we will walk you through the basics of using a MacBook. These basic skills will help you build confidence in navigating the MacBook, as well as supporting your child or children while building skills that can transfer over to how you use technology in your personal life. At the beginning of the school year, the EdTech team provided parents and teachers with parent guides. One of these guides was 10 handy how-tos for MacBook. We will be going through each of these. To benefit your learning the most, we ask that you follow along with your MacBook. Pause the recording and practice before moving to the next tip. At the end of this 20-minute session, we will provide you with a link where you can submit any questions on MacBook Basics, as well as any future requests for support and training. Let's get started and take a look at tip number 1.
The MacBook trackpad has many different gestures. These are the most used ones. Using one finger, you could move it around the trackpad. When you're ready to select something, just tap down. To right-click, tap with 2 fingers at the same time. Here is an example. I'm going to highlight these words and then right-click to get more options. Let's go to speech and start speaking.
Welcome to Parents Academy.
To zoom in a page, pinch out with your fingers. To zoom out, pinch back in. Slide 2 fingers up or down to scroll the page. If you have set up multiple desktops, you can swipe through them using 3 fingers. F3 allows you to see all your desktops and go to each one.
Moving on to tip number 2. Let's get started customizing the dock on the MacBook. The dock is all the apps that are located at the bottom of your home screen. To customize the dock, let's begin by clicking on the F4 key on the keyboard. At the top, you have the option to search for an app. Simply typing in the first letter brings up all the options of the apps that you're searching for. You can also click on the dots, or you can use your trackpad to swipe to search for more apps. To add an app to the dock, simply click on the app and drag it down, holding your finger on the trackpad, releasing it once it's safely in the dock. You can also rearrange your apps by simply clicking on it and holding it down until they start to move, and then you're able to drag them around and put them wherever you'd like. You can also create folders by dragging an app over another app and giving them a name. To delete an app from your dock, simply select your app that you want to remove, right-click in the bottom corner of your trackpad, select Options, and Remove. Tip number 3 is about installing a new app. If you are unable to find an app on the desktop, click on the F4 key to search for the self-service app. Here you will find apps that have been provided by the district. There are some apps when requested by the teacher that will be found here in the self-service as well. So click on the app that you want to install and simply click Install. You can also select Reinstall for some apps to reinstall them. Most iWork apps and testing apps are set to auto install, so usually you won't find those in self-service. Tip number 4 is about organizing your files.
Finder, or also known as Files, is where organizing your documents, media, folder, and other files becomes important to students' workflow. This icon is found in the bottom left corner on your dock. Let's see how Files is used. We highly recommend students to create class folders in their documents. This helps organize their work. To do this, right-click inside of the window and select New Folder. You can now rename that folder by double-tapping and typing in your subject. Students can click within the folder and add their documents to that folder. They can also create another folder inside if they need to organize it better. There are many different things you can do in the Finder. I'm going to start with AirDrop. If students have other Apple devices like an iPad or an iPhone, they can easily send items through Bluetooth. First thing to check is to make sure that everyone is selected on both devices. Once a device is nearby, then you can tap on the device and it'll send a document to the other device. This again is called AirDrop. Applications will show all the MacBook apps students have available. The desktop shows everything students have on their desktop. Any recent documents will be in the Recent section, and same with any downloads. The icons above indicate different views that students can see. Students can view their documents to their liking, either icon view, list view, column view, or gallery view. They can also rearrange their files by different options. The setting gear has many more options to do with your files. If students take their time now to organize their files, it will help them for the rest of their year.
Tip number 5 will show you how to find items on your MacBook. Spotlight Search on a Mac is probably the best and fastest way to look for items on your MacBook. You can search anything from files, photos, and things on the web. 2 ways to access Spotlight Search is by using the shortcut. Press the Command key and spacebar. Here you have a description bar that pops up. You can also click on the Spotlight Search icon in the upper right-hand corner of the menu bar. Once you see your Spotlight Search menu search bar, you can begin typing in the field for what you're looking for, and results will appear as you type. So one thing that I'm always losing is my digital coaching folder. Let's just type in this. There we go. So once you type in your word, as you can see, I can see my coaching logs are here, my folder is here. I can search for mail and messages with anything that have the word digital in it. All these options pop up for me to choose from. Tip number 6 will show you how to navigate in 2 web browsers.
There are 2 internet web browsers that are most commonly used on the MacBooks. Let's look at Chrome first. Chrome is recommended when using Canvas and any of the Google G Suite. You may already have Chrome on your dock. If you do not see Chrome on your dock, then go to Self-Service and try installing it. Once you open Chrome, it usually goes to Google or the last window you had open. If you're signed in to your school Google account, you will probably see this waffle icon over here. When you tap on that, it allows you to see your Google Drive and different apps in your G Suite. To create a bookmark, let's go to a common website you would like to find easily. I'm going to go ahead and go to Canvas. One way to get to Canvas is through the LLS Schools website. If I want to skip that step, I can bookmark this Canvas login page. To do that, I simply tap on the star, rename it if I need to, put it in my bookmarks bar, and hit done. When I exit out of Chrome and get back on, that bookmarks bar is still there, and I can tap on this login to Canvas bookmark I just made, and it takes me directly there. On the right side, you will see 3 dots. This gives you many different options to do within Chrome, like making a new tab. New tabs help with multitasking, and you can easily go back and forth between the two windows. You can also view history, any downloads, and of course your bookmarks. The other web browser is called Safari. Safari is set to default on a MacBook. This means anytime a student selects a link, it'll open up straight in Safari unless they change it in their settings. You can find Safari on your dock. To open Safari, it'll probably take you to apple.com or the last thing you've been working on. In Safari, you can also create bookmarks by selecting the share icon and selecting Add Bookmark. In the Share arrow, you can also find AirDrop. This is great when you want to send a website to another Apple device nearby. Anything that is downloaded will show up in this down arrow. The plus sign adds another tab so that you can multitask and go from window to window. On the left side, we have a sidebar menu where we can hide and show our favorites. I'm going to go ahead and open up something that I favorited, an article. A great feature in Safari is called Reader's View. In this online article, I can tap on this Reader View and it takes away all the extra pictures, ads, and anything we don't need to see. That way we can concentrate on the article. I can go back to the original view. Students will probably use both browsers. If something isn't loading on Safari, then please switch to Chrome. Although we teach students how to be safe online in schools, please continue this discussion at home.
Tip number 7, let's check out Photo Booth. Another fun app to explore is Photo Booth. Here you can take a photo or record a video on your MacBook using Photo Booth app. Here you have the option to select 4 photos, a single photo, or a video. You can also explore the effects to make some really fun, engaging photos. Coming up on tip number 8, learn how to screenshot and screen record. On your MacBook, you are able to screen record or screenshot your screen or a selected portion. Use the Shift Command 5 on your keyboard to view the on-screen controls. The first option is to capture your entire screen. Select the next window to capture a selected window. Capture selected portions, record entire screen, record selected portion. Click the View options to look for a timer and other settings. Last, select Record or Capture if you're taking a screenshot. Click on the thumbnail in the bottom right-hand corner to trim, share, save your screenshot or video. Tip number 9, learn how to organize your notes. In the Notes app, you're able to write and format notes on your MacBook. So if you don't see it on your dock, remember to press the F4 key and you can search for it. Mine's already on my dock, so I'm just going to double click on it. And if you've never used Notes before, you may get a welcome message. All you have to do is select Continue, and it'll take you to this new page. So here, if you hover over each icon, you're able to see what it is. In Notes, you can create a folder, which is kind of cool because you can just kind of personalize it a little bit just to organize and keep all your notes in one place. You can even add an emoji, a relevant emoji to add to your folder. And all I did was press the Control Command spacebar, and my emoji library pops up. Use this one. So then I'm going to tap on the little paper in the notepad here to create a note. And you also have some formatting styles to choose from. I always like to select title, so then that way my first sentence is going to also be my title. So you can also select different formatting styles. You can create create a bulleted list, a dash list, a numbered list. You can create a checklist. And I'm just going to add this in here so you can see what it looks like. So if you select the checklist icon, you get a little bubble. I'm going to say create videos, add links. So when you check them off, they just get selected and you can just check them off as you complete each task. You can also add a table by clicking on this icon here. You can click on the little tabs on the side here to add a row or add a column. You can also add an image. We take a little bit. I don't think I have any photos in here, but I did download one, so let me show you how else I can do that. I'd like to go to my Finder. I downloaded one earlier. For some reason it's right here in my downloads, so I'm just going to take it and drag it and drop it. That didn't work. Okay, let's go to Finder. Sometimes things don't always work the way we want them to. So if I go to my downloads here, and I just clicked on Finder, and here is my image. Should be able to drag and drop that into my notes. Yay, it worked. Sometimes you may get your image that shows real loud or real huge. So what you want to do is just right click on your trackpad and view as small image, and it'll condense your image for you. So Notes is a great app to use. It's a great way to capture your thoughts, your ideas. If you're a student, it's a great way to keep all your notes from all your classes in one area and in one folder. You can also share your note by clicking on the share icon. So if you need to airdrop it to someone new, or you don't have email, but if you have email on your own personal computer, you can definitely email it to someone as well. And our final tip, tip number 10, is about our iWork apps. Let's take a look at the iWork apps that are on your MacBook. I'm going to click on the Launchpad here to bring up all my apps, and we're going to be looking at 3 iWork apps that are available on your MacBook. First one is Pages. And this one's kind of like your word processor. What I love about Pages is that you have templates to choose from. You don't have to start from scratch, and you're able to create books. You can create reports, letters, resumes, flyers, so much for you to choose from, and it makes it so easy to create. The next iWork app is Keynote. And Keynote is used, again, it has the same features. You have themes to choose from. You can also use this to create your presentations. You can add movies, you can add animation, you can add some images. Similar to PowerPoint, but it seems like it has a little bit more powerful tools in here. You can also start from scratch and just be creative and design your own. When you click in a presentation, the first slide has these pre-selected texts, and you don't have to delete them. You can if you want to start on your own, but all you have to do is just start typing. And it saves the selected format that's already in there for you. You can change the text. You have different formatting styles here to choose from. You can add shapes from the Shapes library. You can add photos, create an image gallery, add a movie, and record audio. And the last iWork app is Numbers. So Numbers is where you can create spreadsheets, add tables, You can start with a blank canvas. It's similar to Excel and Publisher, but it also has templates that you can choose from where you can just get started. You can add tables and charts. Again, you have the same features that you have on all the other two iWork apps. You're able to do the exact same thing in these apps. The following QR reader can be scanned with an iPad device or phone. Please fill out the survey if you have any questions or any future requests on topics you would like to learn more about. The link in this survey is also provided on the Parent Academy page within the llschools.net website. We appreciate your time and effort you have provided and continue to provide to support your child's learning. We certainly couldn't do this alone. Thank you.